Start with the liberalization. Liberalization was introduced to put an end to all the restrictions. Liberalization defined as the loosening of government regulations in a country to allow all private sector companies to operate business transactions with fewer restrictions. With less restrictions, private companies allowed to operate the business. That is known as liberalization. So liberalization put an end to the restrictions and it opened the various sectors of the economy. Now let us discuss about what are the reform policies or what are the changes because of this liberalization policies, what are the changes made in the important areas such as industrial sector, financial sector, tax reform sector, and foreign exchange market. What are the changes happened in this area? First, let us discuss about the industrial sector. In industrial sector, were the reform policies made because of the liberalization? Abolition of industrial licensing. Earlier, a private firm, before, in order to start a private firm, they have to get the permission from the government. They have to get a license from the government. It was abolished. So, industrial licensing was abolished for almost all products, except some products like alcohol, cigarettes, etc. Second point, contraction of public sector. The area of public sector enterprises are contracted. That means reduced. The only industries which are now reserved for public sector are defense equipments, atomic energy, generation, and railway transport. In the present scenario, you have seen that recently many of the public sector enterprises were sold to private enterprises. So that is these all the extension of the reform policies. Next point, deserved production areas. Dereserved production areas. Dereserved production areas, some goods could be produced only in small scale industries. That means earlier, some goods could be produced in small scale industries. But many goods produced by small scale industry, now it is dereserved. Now the market allowed many industries to come forward. And control on price fixation. Many industries allowed to determine the prices. So these were the important changes in industrial sector after the introduction of the liberalization. Next area is financial sector. What was the changes happened in the financial sector because of the liberalization? As you know, financial sector includes financial institutions such as commercial banks, investment banks, stock exchange operation, and foreign exchange market. As you know, the financial sector in India, it is regulated by RBI, Reserve Bank of India. So, Reserve Bank of India is the apex bank. It controls all the financial sectors in India. It is RBI decides the amount of money that banks has to be keep with themselves. They fix the interest rates, the nature of lending, like etc. Various these type of activities related with the financial sector, it is determined or the controlled by the RBI. But after coming of liberalization, the role of the RBI changes from regulator to facilitate that. That means now the RBI, most of the financial sectors, they can work their own. That means they can take decisions on many issues without consulting the RBI. They can guide, or the RBI can guide this institution, not a regulator. They cannot control. That is the change happened after the liberalization. Then second one, establishment of private sector banks. So the reform policy led to the establishment of private sector banks, Indians as well as foreign. Because of this, foreign investment, they raised their amount. It led to the foreign institutional investors to come here, and they started investing here in India. So due to this, foreign industrial investors, FII, that is merchant bankers, mutual funds, and pension funds, they were allowed to invest in financial markets. So these were the important reform measures, reform policies. Next important area is tax reforms. As you know, tax is a government's fiscal policy. One of the fiscal policy of the government is tax. Fiscal policy consists of tax and expenditure. Taxes, government's revenue and expenditure. These two together make the fiscal policy of the government. There are two types of tax: direct tax and indirect tax. Direct tax means it is the tax on the individual's profit or individual's income. So after the liberalization, since 1991, there has been a continuous reduction in the tax on individual income. So moderate and simplified in the income tax structure from 30% to 51% reduced. In order to, because of this reduction, now it is tax evasions can be widely reduced. So the rate of corporation tax also very much reduced. And not only the direct tax, indirect tax is also reduced. As you know, GST, that is goods and service taxes, it's an indirect tax. It established in 2016. So reduction of direct and indirect taxes are the important changes happened in the tax reforms because of the liberalization. Next one, foreign exchange reforms. Now we will discuss about what are the important foreign exchange reforms. First one, the very first and important reform happened in the foreign exchange reform immediately after 1991. First, the devaluation of rupee in 1991, an immediate measure of to resolve the BOP crisis, rupee was devalued against foreign currency. As you know, devaluation means the deliberate reduction in the value of domestic currency against the foreign currency. So what was the important aim for devaluing the rupee? In order to increase the export and to decrease the import. So devaluation led to an increase in the inflow of foreign exchange, because our crisis was started with the BOP crisis. Not only this, Another important changes happened in the determination of exchange rate. Earlier, the government was determining the exchange rate, but now that exchange rate was determined by the market forces, demand and supply. Now, the important reforms in trade and investment. Trade and investment reform policies. Liberalization of trade actually introduced in order to increase the international competitiveness of our industry and also technology into our economy. The aim of introducing liberalization is to promote the efficiency of local industries and also adoption of modern technologies. Earlier, there were much quantitative restrictions. These all restrictions were to protect the domestic industries. In order to protect our industries, we restricted the imports. It is known as quantitative restrictions. Quantitative restrictions are tariff and quota. So, in order to encourage our domestic industries, there were much control on imports by keeping the tariffs very high. But after the liberalization policies, all these tariffs and quotas, quantitative restrictions were dismantled. That was the important effect. So because of this, tariff rates were reduced. The removal of licensing procedures for imports and import license abolished from 400% to mere 10%. Export duties removed. So these were the changes, the reforms in trade and investment. So I conclude, we discussed about the liberalization, and because of after liberalization, some of the reforms in important areas like industrial sector, financial sector, tax reform sector, and foreign exchange and trade and investment we discussed. Now we are moving to the privatization. What is privatization? Privatization implies the shedding of the ownership of or the management of the government-owned enterprise, or we can define as the withdrawal of the state from an industry either partially or fully. So by withdrawal of government from ownership and management of public sector companies, it is called privatization. By outright sale of public sector companies. In these two ways, the privatization can be introduced. In two ways, privatization can be introduced either by withdrawal of the government from ownership or by outright sale of the public sector companies. A term is related with the privatization is disinvestment. So what is disinvestment? Disinvestment means the privatization of public sector enterprises by selling of part of the equity of public sector enterprises to public is known as disinvestment. So disinvestment is an important term related with the privatization. That means withdrawal of the government or withdrawal of the public or the government from the ownership of some companies that given to the private sector. So nowadays you can see many of our public sector has been given to the private sector. So that is called a disinvestment. Now we are moving to the globalization. What is globalization? You have studied in the 10th standard the definition of the liberalization, globalization and privatization. The globalization defined as the integration of the economy with the world economy. That means a small economy, Indian economy, connected with the all the other world economy. It is known as globalization. It is the turning the world into one whole or creating the borderless world. Because of no globalization, you know that nowadays even in even our local market, we can it is the Chinese products are available even in the local market. It is because of uh, creating a borderless world. Now there is no border for the market. Any country can send their product here, or we can send any the products to any country. That is known as globalization. Now, related with the globalization, one important term is there, that is called outsourcing. Outsourcing is an important outcome of the globalization process. Now, what is outsourcing? It's a company, suppose a company hires regular services from external sources, is known as outsourcing. Nowadays, it is more important because of the the growing importance of the IT, information technology. Many of the services such as voice-based business processing like BPO call centers, record keeping, accountancy, banking services, music recording, film editing, book transcription, this is all outsourcing. Most of the multinational companies, they avail the service of Indians because they will get a cheap labors from India for outsourcing. That is why you can see many of the call centers, many of the people are getting jobs in call centers. They are working for the other companies of the other country, like America or European countries. People are working from India. So this is called outsourcing. So we discussed in this chapter about liberalization, privatization, and globalization, which is known as LPG.